a mass of birds way up in the sky.
Lake Murray's Baum Island becomes home to purple martins.
And this island right here was the target.
He says their numbers are declining.
Those that are left aren't dwindling.
It was just unimaginable to see how many there were in a giant ball.
It's a phenomenon. It happens once a year.
That's a swarm of purple martins.
Just waves coming by.
As filmmakers, we are in constant search for our next story, and this one was right here in our backyard, South Carolina. A mysterious island where once a year the sky turns black, a living cloud of birds descends, hundreds of thousands strong. We realized this wasn't just a film, it was an expedition. We needed a guide, someone who understood the language of the wild. Enter Marsh Deane, a fellow adventurer and conservationalist. Together, we would unravel the mystery of what happens here in this special place. So we packed our gear and set course for the heart of it all, Baum Island.
So part of producing is learning stuff on the fly on the way to the shoot. Hey buddy, how are you?
Good. About maybe 20 minutes out from Irmo.
Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, you're a little ahead of us. Quick question. Where are the purple martins coming from?
So the ones that are coming to Baum Island, those are probably all of the purple martin, the Carolinas, and Virginia. I did find out that these birds at Baum Island represent like 10% of the entire species. It'll show up on like your weather app.
It's so funny because it appears out of nowhere in like a perfect huge like circle. Yeah. And, all right, buddy. Well, we'll see you here shortly. Holler if you need anything.
All right, I will.
All right, later, man.
All right, talk to you later.
This is the first time Marsh has seen the Jeep.
I'm used to old rusty off-roaders.
No,
Land Rovers that leak.
Yeah, he has some really cool Land Rovers back in the day.
After talking with Marsh, we found out that all the purple martins around the globe gather in large flocks to feed, socialize, and rest before migrating down to South America. This activity, known as migratory roosting, can attract thousands of birds to one small area, all across the United States. But the largest roosting happens right here in South Carolina, in Lake Murray at Baum Island.
Wakey, wakey. What are we doing right now, team?
Too much camping stuff and too much food. Just making sure we have our energy bars. And so we're gonna get out onto Lake Murray. We are going to look for some purple martins. Hopefully we'll catch them leaving Baum Island this morning. They say it's amazing. It will be almost 1 million birds in the sky, and they show up on the weather radar, which is pretty cool.
All right, well, we've loaded up. It is 5:30. We gotta get moving here very shortly. Gear's in, food's in, water, ice. Time to get the purple martin.
All right, we are off to film the purple martins. Got everything loaded up, got the boat in, and yeah, cameras are loaded and the sun is rising. So here we go. Let's hopefully get some planet Earth stuff.
All right, 6:39. The purple martins are starting to take off right now, right at sunrise. They're all around us. We're gonna get everybody set up on the island and get some cool shots. Oh, there we go. Look up there. Holy shit. Oh, quick, turn around.
They're tiny, they're constantly moving, hard to get focused with a big wide open backdrop. Yeah, I'm wondering if we caught the tail end of them, you know, because it wasn't blocking out the sky as we've seen online and heard about. You can't really plan exactly what a wild animal's gonna do.
We were impressed, but couldn't shake the feeling that we'd missed something. It just felt like there should be more. So we stuck around until the evening, hoping for a bigger crowd. In the meantime, we couldn't help but wonder, why the name Bomb Island?
We don't know exactly why they come to this island, but we can come up with some pretty good guesses. I think the number one would be that this island is remote. It's out here in the middle of beautiful Lake Murray, and so this is a safe place without predators. There are probably less snakes, less raccoons, that sort of thing out here on this island, less humans to bother the birds, which is important. Bomb Island is also known as Doolittle Island. It's in the middle of Lake Murray, and it's a really cool history here, a very interesting aviation history. So during World War II, we were planning on retaliating against the Japanese after Pearl Harbor. And Lake Murray at the time was the largest man-made lake in the world. And here in South Carolina, in Columbia, was the largest B-25 bomber training facility. And so they used Lake Murray to practice. And this island right here was the target. It was wiped clean, and so only the birds could get back to it easily. So I surmise that possibly the bombing created a unique habitat that suits these purple martins perfectly. And it just sparks your curiosity. It makes you wonder, is this part of an old bomb or a munition? You know, these huge shells that they were shooting at this island would have blown up and left all sorts of shrapnel, which years later would wash up on these beaches. And so this might have something to do with the bombing of Bomb Island.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's metal. See, it's folded up.
Oh, 100%.
Having explored the island, discovering remnants of its past, and encountering its diverse wildlife, we sought to understand the local perspective. We began asking residents about what they knew about these birds.
What do you know about the purple martin?
Oh, I just recently learned about the purple martins, and it's interesting that they're out on one island here. They leave at dawn and come back at dusk.
Just being out on the kayak almost every day, you see swarms of them coming in. It's not just all Bomb Island, they're all over the lake there.
You know, just waves of them coming by, not necessarily in a very concentrated swarm, but enough so that it sort of looks like a river of birds just coming by.
I'd say it was probably over 50,000 purple martins by the two islands out here on Lake Murray. It was just unimaginable to see how many there were in a giant ball.
It's cool to watch because they'll come in, you'll see them just sit on the island, and they'll funnel out of it, circle around it, come back. Like it's awesome. But last time, yeah, just sitting there, they were coming down straight at the boat. But I mean, a lot of people are like, I don't know why you're so fascinated with that. I'm like, it's a phenomenon. It happens once a year. Like you can't see it anywhere else.
The community's appreciation for the purple martins was evident. However, they were unaware of one important fact. These birds need our help.
Purple martins they're a really interesting bird because they are reliant upon humans for their survival. We have a symbiotic relationship that was established thousands of years ago by the Native Americans. They noticed that these birds eat flying insects like moths, dragonflies, mosquitoes, flies, and those are insects that are pests for crops. And so the Native Americans started to put up birdhouses. They would make birdhouses with gourds. They'd hang them on tall poles in their fields, and they would keep the predators away from the birdhouses, keep the raccoons and the snakes away. And so over generations, the purple martins would start to nest in these birdhouses. They would start to look for the human-made birdhouses, knowing that it was a safe place to nest. And then over thousands of years, which is tens of thousands of bird generations, the purple martins, they lose the ability to nest naturally. Now there are some small populations west of the Rockies that still nest naturally in dead trees or in rocky outcroppings, but 95 to 98% of the purple martin population, all those birds east of the Rockies, they're 100% reliant upon human-made birdhouses. All these birds were raised in a human-made birdhouse. And this is very important because as our culture, as we stop putting up purple martin birdhouses, as that tradition kind of vanishes, then that species is in decline. So we really need to start putting up more houses. We need to start thinking about these birds. The purple martin population is about 10 million worldwide, and here on Baum Island, we might see 10% of that population. So this is a really special place for some really amazing birds that have a symbiotic relationship with us. However, we are kind of letting them down on our end of the deal. So we gotta fix that.
Scanning the shoreline, we were genuinely shocked. For a species so reliant on them, the scarcity of the birdhouses, especially here, was deeply concerning. It served as a stark reminder of how easily we can overlook subtle yet vital traditions, and the detrimental impact it has on these birds. With the sun setting, we're crossing our fingers for a much bigger turnout, so we can maybe capture this phenomenon on camera.
So it's 7:38, so we've maybe got 45 minutes until sunset, and we're waiting for the purple martins. We've got plenty of boats arriving on the scene and kind of circling the island like sharks. We're getting a little bit closer to get the great shot though, but we've seen a few groups. They're coming in 2s, 4s, maybe a group of a dozen flying in, and we're waiting to see that big flock coming, you know, and we can't wait to share that with you. So let's hope they arrive. We just had some crazy lightning actually just now. That big old cloud over there. I don't know if it's coming our way or not, but we've also got lightning in that direction, and we are staying in that little island over there, so it's gonna be a fun night. But the purple martins are starting to arrive, but they're all on the other side of the island, so if only we could just summon.
Should we go to the other side? I mean, we have time.
You know, we certainly could. We have more arriving, but it seems like maybe more sun on that side, more warmth. That would attract more insects and probably most of the birds.
This is the dilemma. Do you move or do you stay put?
I'm just in awe, you know. It's just looking at this, it's like so used to experiencing it through the camera, but sometimes you just gotta stop and just appreciate it with your own eyes. It's incredible.
I'm amazed. The phenomenon's worth it. You have to come check it out for yourself, or just watch this video. I mean, definitely the most birds I've ever seen in one place.
Yeah, dude. Good job, team.
Ew.
Nice.
I am stoked. Cloud 9 right now. I mean, dark cloud over the whole island. Definitely the most birds I've ever seen in one place in my life. I mean, if you had to estimate, Marsh, how many birds do you think that was?
I think that was certainly upwards of 600,000, maybe 700,000 or 800,000 individuals. So a huge flock. I've never seen anything like that.
Yeah.
We saw some of the murmurations as the flock comes together and almost creates artwork in the sky. And it's so cool to witness that it's a cloud of birds socializing and gathering before they make the long journey south. And
having a party.
Having a party, you know? Hey, the grand finale.
Like
celebrating vacation, heading south. We'll see y'all next year, South Carolina.
Going to
Adios.
Brazil. Gonna go eat some dragonflies and tacos.
Oh, that was sweet. Now we just have to get to the island, find our gear, find our cameras, and get ready for a storm.
right now. You can hear the tarp. Oh my god. Oh my.
The storm surge got so bad, we were worried that the boat was at risk of capsizing from the waves. We kept a constant watch, taking shifts, and then we had a surprise visitor.
Who the fuck that is? I don't know. Yeah, some dude's rolling up on him.
You alright? That was pretty strong. About 5 of them. You've been through 5 of those? Probably 1 or 2 worse. Really? That one was pretty damn bad. Yeah. Y'all got a tent? Yeah. No, a hammock. Yeah, we just wanted to come check on you, make sure you were good. Oh, man. Yeah. Nice. That's a nice structure there, man. Oh, cool.
After a long, sleepless night spent drying our waterlogged clothes and equipment, we decided to visit with Captain Zach, a local boat captain and filmmaker who we heard made a feature-length documentary about the Purple Martins. We wanted to ask him what his insight is on how to sustain this incredible spectacle and ensure the birds' well-being.
Everybody sees the Purple Martins flying around Bomb Island, they're thinking they're nesting out there. So there's a very common misconception that they think it's just one big mating ritual. That's wrong. The behavior we're seeing out there is a very social behavior. It's a post-nesting season behavior called pre-migratory roosting. So once nesting season is over and the babies have jumped out of the nest, they'll hang around the colony for a few days. And then mom and dad teach them kind of the basics of hunting and catching insects on the fly. And then they all go out to Bomb Island. They're not nesting there. They're all nesting in birdhouses. Humans have managed to hardwire them to nest almost exclusively into birdhouses. Now we kind of hold their future in our hands. They estimated that martins are down by 40%, and just thinking we've lost that much, whether it's from habitat loss, invasive species, and pesticide use, which has become a big problem for martins and other bird species across the country, across the world.
We need some more houses like that, y'all. We got to bring this tradition back, and especially those of us our age, right? We got to get into birding, y'all.
I'm into it now, man. After surviving a monsoon learning about these things, I'm invested.
Yeah. The great thing about purple martin landlording is that it's kind of like having pets you don't really have to take care of. Standard purple martin house, typically about 10 to 12 feet tall. This is a 15-foot tall pole system. They need kind of that height because when they take off, they drop a little low. This here is a baffle, so it keeps snakes and other predators like raccoons from climbing up. You can never have enough rope. Taking the gourd off, unscrewing the cap, put it right back on.
That's a plastic one, but can you do it with real gourds?
You can do it with real gourds too. And patio is meant to, since it's plastic, it's meant to like kind of help martins easily land on here and not slip off. You could also attach guards onto here to keep predators like hawks and owls from being able to grab a martin off the porch. If it's something as easy as putting up a birdhouse to keep a species going, then you got to do it. And this is conservation made simple.
The mystery of this island led us to a crucial discovery. These birds need homes. Whether it's building a birdhouse yourself or supporting the Purple Martin Conservation Association, we believe in keeping this tradition alive and felt compelled to create this film to share that message. We hope you enjoyed this glimpse into our journey as filmmakers. And as we adventure into our next story, we hope you follow along and support us in sharing these exciting stories of nature.